All right. First live on YouTube ever. What? I'm really doing this, y'all. None of y'all could play me ever. Okay, mind you, if the scene is not set to your standard, get used to it. But what's up, everyone? It is Scorpio season. And I definitely feel this shift. I am a Taurus rising, meaning my descendant is Scorpio. And when the sun changes, it's because there's a certain part in your chart that is being activated. And wherever the sun goes, the sun will expose. And with astrology, when you know how to harness it, you don't feel like the planets are throwing things your way. You feel like you're working with the energies of the transitions. Okay, so mind y'all, this is live. Y'all can comment. First time going live on YouTube ever. Super surreal. And Mars will be going into Scorpio as well. You know what? Let's bring up the transits right now. That way we can talk both at the same time because tarot and astrology, hand in hand, my friend, hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly is the new rice and beans. Exactly. And I actually talk about the transits in my TikTok. I've been going on TikTok, so y'all can check that out. But yeah, it's going to feel a little slow. It's going to feel like we're going to unveil things about ourselves that we didn't know was still there or ever there. When it comes to Scorpio, people think Scorpio is a fire sign already because it is intense emotions. And it's intense emotions because the ego part of Scorpio is trying to control the narrative. Controlling the narrative is controlling how other people are going to react to your emotions, therefore, you don't share. And we have to remember that when it comes to emotions and it comes to relationships, there's still that other part that's reflecting back to you. So, how can we not share what's deep within us unless it was self-sabotaging? Okay, so we're going to start with Scorpio. It is Scorpio season. Happy birthday. What's up, Money Mike? Natalie, yes. So, one thing about astrology is if you pay attention to your rising sign, you will get a more accurate reading. And you'll get a more accurate reading because you will know exactly where the sun and the moon is going into. Okay, so starting with Scorpio, sun, rising, moon. But always watch your rising sign first. Always. Yes, I'm excited to have you all here. So let's get into it. We'll be using 2 decks. New perspective for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Taking nice deep breaths. Paying attention to the sounds around you as you guys tune into this reading. What's up, Imani? Yes. So Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Bottom of the deck is the transition card, transformation card. It is the Scorpio card. Scorpio season's like Leo season. It's like the cliches of the zodiac where everyone's like, yes, you know, I don't think anyone ever is like, oh my God, it's Virgo season, or oh my God, it's Taurus season. Like the earth signs, people are not cheersing that. But with Scorpio season, it's like, yes, it's hypnosis, sexy season. And that makes sense because sex sells, right? And sex sells because the sacral chakra is actually the chakra that is creativity. It's what creates those revenues and those streams of income. So when we feel those urges of our body pushing us to create, it's either creating a baby or actually creating something and bringing it to life. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, definitely new perspective for you this season. Even though it is your season and you do what it does when it comes to understanding that deep side of you and that version of you that like it's just so controlling the narrative, you're definitely going to understand how to be not in control. And not in control because this is the season for you to tap back into what you do best, as your inner child likes to express, and to have fun and stop being so mysterious and bring a side to you to the light. So that can be coming on social media. That can be, actually hitting up friends, taking the initiative to hit up friends versus I'm just going to be mystified in the background and allow people to come to me. Understanding that when you are being your true vulnerable self, that is a form of you giving back, because when you are vulnerable, Scorpio, you are vulnerable. And that allows other people to be vulnerable. It's like we are always constantly in this stream of information. We are trying to turn each other's light bulbs on. You can do it. You can do it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful time that everyone feels like they can take up the stage and be a motivational speaker, or TikTok is like now the platform for informing people how to do DIYs and do it yourself. Definitely the pandemic changed that, right? But when it comes to emotions, it's like we still haven't gotten there. And we could talk about our emotions, but it's different when you're actually in the midst of it. When you're in the midst of the situation of being, no, I need to show my emotions like as a child would, which is completely raw. And sometimes that looks like throwing a tantrum. Like, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. You're not hearing me. You're not playing with me. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And just like blurring that out and not being so fixed and controlling the narrative this season for you is going to really bring in that vulnerability, and it's going to make you even more magnetized, because that's how you give back. You give back to people that are not as emotionally equipped. Some people have all the finances in the world, okay? You have billionaires out there, but are they emotionally intelligent? I mean, I'm in a point in my life, all Libra season, where I was interviewing. I'm a project manager. So I'm interviewing with different companies. I'm interviewing whether it's contract to hire, part-time, full-time. And I'm just like really connecting with these different sides to business when it comes to tech as a scrum master. But I realized that there's some people that are more technical, but don't have the soft skills, which in the business language is emotional intelligence. They call that soft skills. That's so funny. Emotional intelligence. Learning how to manage a team, knowing when to step in, knowing when to forecast change. But those feel like the hardest skills to me, so, and that is the emotional intelligence. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. When you are and just being vulnerable, not being so deep, and then there's like a sense of control while you're still trying to be vulnerable. No, this is the season where you just hold a platform for who you are truly in your inner child essence. And it could be people not really giving back to you, or maybe you just been vulnerable and others are not being vulnerable with you. Okay, so yes. And if you're a Taurus or you are like the opposite sign, it's always good to look at the opposite sign as well, being that is full moon energy. So going into Capricorn during a Scorpio season, when Mars moves into Scorpio. Wow. Mars loves to be in Scorpio. The first ruler of Scorpio is Mars, not Pluto, because Pluto's on the whole end of the solar system, and it's the last planet to be discovered. And now they're not even calling it a planet, right? So before Pluto was even a thing, it was Mars. And it's introverted type of movement, not telling other people what you're doing. It's like the saying goes, don't allow everybody in, just do. All work, all action, no talk. And Capricorn's going to understand that this year, it's the relationships. It's the emotion. And they always say, people say Capricorn is like the Earth Scorpio, because it's the same. Controlling the narrative, because you know what's best around you. You know how people fit their roles. And that's really amazing. That's what makes all Capricorns leaders, CEOs, because they understand how to stick around until the opportunity phases out. And when the opportunity feels like there's no more, and that's why sometimes Capricorns can be quite opportunists. But if the opportunity is not feeding the ego, are we acting in our abandonment? Are we acting in our abandonment? So Capricorn, there's going to be a big fight in your relationships this year, this season. It could be someone super close to you, but this is okay, because this is that feeling of falling in love again after you fall out of love. And that happens with me when it comes to cities, because I love to travel. I have a Sagittarius North Node. That's just my destiny in traveling. But when I come back to Florida, at times I fall back in love with the city. And this is going to teach you to fall back in love. Bottom of the deck. Because you are trying to numb yourself from the human experience of naturally loving. Because we're not here to learn how to love. That is so natural. So natural. We're here to learn how to decide. Do I decide to make a left? Do I decide to make a right? Do I decide to let this person in? Do I decide to just like completely let go? And it feels like a breakup, an emotional breakup for you this year. Being true to your emotions, knowing that if that relationship was done months ago, maybe a year ago, depending on how long you're holding on, it's like time to actually break free. So releasing soul ties this season for sure, because that's what's going to open up the expansion. Still learning how this is reflecting. That's what's going to open up the expansion. And you might have to actually like get away as turmoil is happening back in your comfort zone. Like, oh my God, let me go on this trip. Let me get away. Let me get into some foreign land real quick. And that can be a group of people. Let me do something a little foreign to understand the pain of what feels normal to me. Have to. So whether it's a breakup, emotional release, understand when the time expires, that's when you're stepping into that like toxic side and low frequency side of Capricorn, which is the opportunist side. Like, let me see how long I'm gonna stick around, because this person is coming up a lot in their life, but I know emotionally it's over. Okay. So an emotional fall, an emotional abrupt change. And that's okay, because that's what we need. Some people are here for a season, a reason, a lifetime, always for a reason. Okay. So now we move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aquarius is also a fixed air sign. And Scorpio is fixed water. So it'd be really interesting to see how fed up Aquarius get this season. Yes, honestly. Because Aquarius love to say yes to everything because you guys are so smart. You are so smart. But this season, people are going to be like, "Are you okay, honey? Like, do you need to rest? Like, what's going on? Like, do you need a break? Do you need a timeout?" 10 of Wands at the end, bottom of the deck. Like, oh my God, I'm so overworking. Let me take a quick 3-day vacation. Because you're shooting for the stars. Aquarius are probably thinking about owning homes and doubling up their career, doubling up their skill set. But you're working yourself into exhaustion. And the worst part about taking a mental health break is that we take it when we're already breaking down. You're supposed to take that pause when you listen to your body and you feel your body reacting, because your body will always tell you what's about to happen. We all are psychic. We are all psychic. And the body is the first vessel to attune into your psychicness. So Aquarius, if you're feeling tired, this is not a challenge for you to not take a rest. It's not a competition, honestly. Because the whole part of manifesting is doing the work, planting the seed, putting out the intention, and then stepping back and allowing spirit to do 80% of the work for you. Because Aquarius know everything about everything, right? And if you know everything about everything, you know that we are not here to work ourselves to death and pay bills. You know you're not here to work yourself and pay bills. So why are you doing it? Because when we talk about anything deep, that's the first thing you guys talk about is the system and how corrupt it is. But you are kind of getting caught up in the system, and I'm here to check you. So it's time to like stop saying yes to a bunch of engagements, releasing something that is not working out for the expansion. Like you feel the pull of, okay, this is kind of working out, but then you feel pulled back. It's because you have to simplify. So this is a season of simplifying, allowing what you did in Libra season, all the connections, all the, opportunities presented your way, all the flashes of opportunities, or maybe the opportunities have landed. This is your time to simplify. Because you know this is how life works. And it comes back into that inner knowing. Hierophant. Whoop. All that you are spiritually equipped with, the knowledge that you know, the documents, the esoteric artifacts that you are so in touch with. It's time for you to trust in the information that you know and allow the information to do what it does, which is to spiderweb its way through into the collective and turn everybody's light bulbs on. You don't have to be the preacher. You just need to connect with 4 people around you and tell them to tell 4 people and tell them to tell 4 people. Working smart, not hard, because your intentions are all well, but you're driving yourself into exhaustion, honestly. And you have to learn how to like stop that pent up energy of, okay, we're good, and then crash, and then we're good, we're crash. It's like yo-yo dieting, but with your energy. What's up, y'all? Jazzy Fire, T-Tan, hit a like on this video. We are now going into Pisces, Scorpio season, sun, moon, and rising. Anytime a water season pops up for a water sign, we feel good, honestly. All right. hope you guys are drinking your tea, smoking your Saturday morning bong, cleaning up, doing a little limpia, drinking your protein, vegan protein shake. Pisces, falling in love. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Cups. It's all ships. Oh my God. So sorry, y'all. You're like an attraction. You're a love magnet this season. Completely. However, have fun. Go out. When that little feeling of like, oh, I want to stay home. I just want to stay home and fantasize. And your friends are like, come out. And no, you know, like they'll be like, okay, you can stay in if you want to stay in, but go out. Have fun. You're going to meet a lot of new people. A lot of new people. It's going to like make you feel like a teenager. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like, I got like 3 new besties, 5 new followers. That guy was looking at me like, I don't know if he's flirting with me. And it's just going to bring that side of you that it's like, oh my God, like I feel young again. And we are all young. Okay. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Like that first feeling. But then it can come crashing down and falling. And I'm not even playing with y'all, but it'd be like that, honestly. But this part is like this season is teaching you that you have to persevere. That's part of meeting people. It's fun, it's good, and then when it's not good, don't take it personal. Because you can't take anything personal when people are not in their body. Now, if people are trying to connect with you sexually and, you know, and they're just like on a high because there's a hidden intention. It's sex season, okay? Libidos are up this season. And then they phase out. That's fine. That's not for you. That's not for you to take it personal. It's just for you to be a love magnet. You're just here to love. You know, because when you go into like, now they're not answering me. Now they're acting different. But where was that energy? Don't introduce me to an energy you can't keep. That energy is gonna come crashing down and falling. You need to focus on love this season. And if someone doesn't match the level of love, do not bring your love level down for anyone that is learning how to love. They learn how to love by watching you. By watching you. So if you come down and match their level as they're phasing out, they're going to be like, oh, okay, so that's how love works. Okay. But if you're like, whatever, like you want to act all grumpy, go over there. They're going to be like, okay, it's me. I'm in a funk. It's got to be me. And persevere through moments where people are not matching your energy emotionally. Because if you're dealing with someone that doesn't know how to be in the high vibrational side of being a feeler, which is feeling validated, feeling celebrated, feeling loved, feeling adorned, and they are feeling more the low vibrational side of things, you can sit with them in that space, yeah. But there's emotional boundaries too. Like, hey, I know you're going through a lot right now. But I'd rather like connect with you in a space where, you know, you feel a little bit more high vibrational. So I know we spent some time and I was able to give you my shoulder for a little bit, but I'll be over here when you're feeling like yourself again, okay? With love. Because that allows them to receive the downloads like, okay, So that's what it means by being unconditional. Okay. So I'm trying to come at her with all this heat and gaslighting, and she's saying she needs time, or he needs time to get their words and their emotions together versus just reacting. Yeah, you have to be an emotional teacher. Like, that's how it starts, through those type of moments. And persevering that heart chakra, because as you allow people to be themselves, as they emotionally learn, just continue. And allow yourself to release. This doesn't mean don't feel like you can also partake in spaces where the vibration of emotional is lower, like guilt, sadness, feeling like you don't feel validated. That's fine. Feel that, release that, but don't stay there. Because when you stay there, that's when it becomes victimhood. What's up, AC Soul Group in the house? All right, Pisces. So now we're going into Aries. We started with Scorpio. If you guys are just coming in, we're going to be going in order so y'all can always come back in. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Always listen to your rising sign first. Ooh, this one just shot out, baby. Yes. Drink some water. Take a nice deep breath. Aries, you know what you want. You always know what you want. You go for it. You persevere. Definitely a season of perseverance. Just like Mars rules Scorpio, Mars is about to go into Scorpio. Mars loves to be in Scorpio, so this will be a good season. Amazing season of learning how to utilize other people's energy. Okay. Now, when I say that, I'm going to take y'all all back to when we were kids and we all did this. Okay. You learn how to use your mom's energy when you're about to ask her for something, right? Like when you want to go sleep over Billy's house or Jenny's house, you're kind of feeling her mood. Did mom have a good day today? Like, how is she responding? And then depending how the mood is, that's emotional intelligence, y'all. We were already using it. You go ahead and ask, because you already know what's going to happen, or you already know based off of past experience and persevering through maybe like past arguments. Like, okay, so I got burned. I got yelled at when I did it like this last time. So let me feel it out before I say anything. And Natalie, always rising sign first, because your rising sign is your first house. And that means when you go off of your rising sign and people are talking about transits, it's more accurate because they're going based off of the rising sign. Because after, say, your Taurus rising, it goes in order. Taurus, what's up, Taurus? Gemini, Cancer, it goes around the clock. So you're able to get a more accurate reading. So for this season, Aries, is definitely all about business. It's all about your partnerships. I'm feeling like new business opportunity, new partnership opportunity, new concept you want to get into. But you don't finish things. You have a hard time finishing things. You can start them all the way, and you're going to have an amazing idea. This is, you're always full of ideas. Like, we can hit it this way, and we can hit this campaign, and as I'm working my 9 to 5, I could start this side hustle. But are you going to stick to it? Are you going to follow through? I really feel like it's not about jumping at the opportunity for you this season, Aries full moon. I mean, Aries sun, rising, moon. It's more so like, are you going to calculate how equipped you are with following through. And it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge, Aries. If you feel like you can't follow through, listen to the body. Your role, Aries, it represents the body, more so the head. Listen to maybe headaches coming up, tension in the temples. Does this make sense now? Can this be more so something I need to do in the spring? Very karmic, because you work yourself, just like with Aquarius for this season, you work yourself into exhaustion. Let's pick another card. If you say yes to every opportunity, and if someone is leaving or showing themselves, any partners, conflict of interest coming up, you see a partner doing something sideways, that's for you to peep game. That's for you to peep game and not be reactive, but tune into the emotional narrative that Scorpio loves and is so good at controlling. Scorpio is the energy of understanding what's going on in the room emotionally. Oh, okay, so they're acting different. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just peep game because I know this is going to come full circle. I know it's going to come full circle. So for Aries, might lose a business partner, might lose trust in the. This is not the season for you to share your ideas so openly. It's for you to understand, can you follow through? Can you follow through with it? Keep holding yourself accountable to your work style. If you are someone that can only handle one large project at a time, then be that. Be true to that, because you can lose business partners by promising over deliverance. You made a list of all these deliverables and you have no tasks that are really logically going to get you there. Then the answer is no. I need to go find out. Because if not, you will be exposed. And when you understand that, rolled Wheel of Fortune, you work smart, not hard. You work smart, not hard. And this might be the season where you have to learn how to outsource and not do everything yourself, because you're not good at everything. You're good at managing. Maybe you can manage everyone, but you're not good at delegate. You're good at delegating, but you're not good at executing. All right. So we are in Taurus now. All right. So Leo risings when I get to Leo. Taurus rising. I'm a Taurus rising as well, Imani. Taurus rising. Yes. Mars will be going through our 7th house. And I'll be doing more of an astrology reading. This is just a tarot intuitive reading. I'm on TikTok. I'm going to be doing astrology on there. If you guys want some quick, fast content when it comes to the stars, or if you just want to chill and you love podcasts like me, Astro T Podcast, you can come into the YouTube. But Taurus rising, sun, moon, or rising. Healing. Healing past breakups, healing past relationships. It's coming up because it makes sense. The sun is in our 7th house of relationships. I mean, I had an ex, like super, like way throwback ex. He wasn't even an ex, he was a sneaky link. And I guess I was blocked for all this time, but I saw him go through my stories. And then another ex called me by accident. And then I was like, whoa, y'all need to relax. Y'all need to relax. Because now you're bringing up a lot of memories. Now I'm understanding why it didn't work. Why, Spirit? Why are you bringing up what didn't work with my relationships? I don't want to heal. I just want to be sexy, right? Because with new perspective, we have to understand the new perspective of how cringe we were. We were so cringe. We were so cringe. Like, oh my God, I acted like that. I double text, I triple text, I quadruple text. Why did I act like that? And you might be acting like that a little bit. It might bring that up a little bit. But the new perspective of how far we've come and where we're going and how ready you are for that next level of partnership, business, even friendship. I want it more vulnerable. I want it more intense. Okay, well, if you want that stuff, let's go back down a trip to memory lane real quick. And it's like, oh, why? Feeling very reminiscent because you look back and you're like, oh my God, the price of me back then was so cheap. It's way more expensive now. And then you think of what made the price go up. Self-respect, emotional intelligence, learning how to respect your own boundary, not just stating your boundary, because speaking your boundary is one thing, but people forget you have to also make sure that your boundary is solid and that people are not tap dancing on it. And the perspective is, Taurus rising, natural leader. People look to us like, what are we going to do? And sometimes we're the ones that have to like walk away. Can't wait until it's over for it to be over when they say it's over. And not like I'm going to break up with them before they break up with me. No, it's more so like you have to understand, where are things going? Is this a person that is well equipped to lead you in this relationship? Because you want to be someone that can lead and use authority in a way that is so sexy that you become so submissive. And this is not speaking to feminine or masculine. This is in a business aspect or romantic aspect. Sexy is tuning into the magnetism of that person, tuning into their sacral and creating with confidence and fully being present in the relationship. That is King of Wands energy. Intentional. Someone that says their intention once and completely follows through. And we felt that with the Aries full moon. And that's how you understand who stuck around because they were just begging for a piece of your energy. I need a little bit of that light. I need a little bit of that light, like a light crackhead. Let me get some of that light. That's what they're really saying. They might be saying it in a different way. Hey, can I take you to lunch and pick your brain for a little bit? Hey, what's going on, sneaky link? But the common thing is lead. And don't say people can't come with you, but you can't make people come with you. You can't make people go into the deep depths of their soul. You can't do that. All right. Felt that. We're doing tarot readings. Yes. So we're stepping into Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio season reading. And I'm feeling like you just need to stay home this season. You don't need to be out in the sauce. Out in the sauce, looking for love. Gemini's like, oh, so people want to be out here mixing and mingling. Gemini ready to apply to the next sneaky link application, keeping all applications open. But it's time to put some wisdom out there. It's time to grow up this season, honestly. And grow up because there's still some soul ties. It could be with a Virgo, Earth sign. Bad deal. Caught up in a bad deal. You made a bad deal. You made a bad decision. And you're kind of seeing why. You're seeing why. Because you didn't listen to yourself. You didn't tap into the feminine essence of you. You over-initiated. You tapped too much into the mental space and forgot about earth. You forgot about water. You forgot about fire and those necessities of grounding, feeling it out, grounding it out. You're just thinking it out. And the mind is the biggest trickster. It is. It's so crazy how the mind can really trick you. But you have to pull it back in. Pull it back in. Pull it back in. Understand that you kind of made some contract deals that you weren't aware of. Oh shit, I made an obligation to this. So this requires work now. Obsessing over being in this relationship. Obsessing how the relationship's going to look out if you are in one. You need to tune it back. You need to understand that it's not like, okay, fight, get over it, move on. Like sometimes we need delays in times. We need a delay to understand that this is expired. Enough is enough, honestly. You have to let go of your toxic habits. Toxicity habits of manipulating, knowing how to talk your way in and out of things, because you can get what you want by talking your way into things, and that's fine. But once you get it, what was the result of that? Did we create some type of contract deal? Then now you're like, fuck. Now this comes with all of this. This partner comes with all this baggage. Because I was so caught up in the honeymoon phase and didn't understand that I've done this before, and that the honeymoon phase fizzles out. The hard work comes up, challenges. I forgot obstacles are always constant. Contrast is always constant. We're in a polarizing universe. You know, and you might have to be a little hard on yourself this season, but that's okay. You know, be hard on yourself, but learn. Don't be beating yourself down to make an excuse. Like, see, like this is why. No, you made a boo-boo decision, and now you just gotta cut the tie and go through the motions of releasing whatever came with that deal. Yeah, T, definitely share. You know, that's why I'm here, y'all, is to be a vessel. Every time I step away from tarot and astrology, I get pulled right back in. And I'm here because I was chosen to be. All right, we're tapping into Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh. Like I said, when a water sign is in a water season, if a earth is in the earth season, you feel it. It's like it's your season. Cancer. I'm just going to do this because why not is the energy. And it is. This is fun. Everybody else is doing it. Why can't I? Why can't I have fun like everybody else on TikTok? Why can't I go travel like everybody else? And taking risk and doing things you were saying you were going to do for a minute now and approaching it with a light heart. That's when you win, honestly. And following through with these new opportunities. For instance, I have 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙚𝙧𝙣𝙯𝙯. 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙚 is my experience agency where we do monthly markets in Fort Lauderdale, and an opportunity just came up to expand to Miami to collaborate with another market curator. And I'm like, yes, I'll do it. Why not? All ego put aside, I don't care if I didn't start it from scratch. Really being an amazing business person this season. Honestly, Cancers really are. Because the biggest business is the home. It is. You have so many different moving factors at home, so many departments. You got marketing, which is you informing other families how you're doing. Oh, we're doing fine over here at the Johnsons. You got cleaning crew, cleaning, doing chores, maintenance, inventory analysts. Do we have enough paper towels? Do we have... That is the biggest business. And we're so good at it. So when you translate that into actual work and opportunity and what you want to do for your life path, on working for yourself, leading other people, really embodying your position and your role, it's because you've been doing it. And it's not that hard. Because we have work families, right? Oh my God, that's my work bestie. That's my work husband or wife, which I don't. If you're married, don't do that. But like, it's the same thing. And that's why the 4th house, which is the Cancer house, is right across from the 10th house, which is work. Energy does not lie. You be stepping into that 10th house energy of being recognized, applying for higher positions, putting yourself out there, pitching yourself, really harnessing your pitch. My name is Jasmine. I am an event producer. I own 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙚𝙧𝙣𝙯𝙯. I'm also a tropical astrologer, graphic designer, content developer. And I just really love to hold a platform for others. Boom, that's my pitch. I know it. And I'm mastering it. You have to have that. You have to have that. And this might be a good time to read a business book, speak more, like what I'm doing, going live. I'm speaking more, listening more, listening for people that know about an industry that you don't know about. This would be a great time to seek out mentorship, catch up with an old business friend. It's a good season for Cancers. Honestly, it's really a good season for us. Nothing more hypnotic than that Cancer Scorpio energy coming together. I mean, the memes say it, the collective knows it. It's in the Akashic records. Cancer and Scorpio, amazing together, period. All right, so Leo, we got any Leo risings here? Sun, moon. Making sure you guys are all liking my video. Okay, y'all. Show some support. Your girl's been doing YouTube for a minute, but this feels different this time. I feel like Supernova 3.0. Okay, so Leo, sun, moon, and rising Scorpio season. The path switches and you feel it. You feel yourself turning the wheel and control of navigating yourself through this journey. Okay, I'm in control. And not in control like negative control. More in control like, All right, slight turn, adjust. Okay, speed bump. All right, we're going through this. This is life. And it feels like you're just going to be a teacher this season. Teaching people at work, teaching people, your siblings, harnessing through discussions that you once felt like were arguments, but now this is just a contrast of point of view. And you look at it through the higher self. Looking through things from the higher self this season is the hands on both wheels while you're in control of navigating through this journey. Saying yes when you want to say yes, saying no when you want to say no. It's throat chakra activation season for you. Initiating conversations in a company that you're working for. Hey, this isn't working out. Do you think we suggest any cleanups? Any change management you think we need to imply in this system? And people are listening to you. Like, you know what? Yeah, you have a lot to learn. How did you know we needed to do this? It's because you're applying yourself into your spiritual essence and to this earthly realm. You're taking your spiritual knowledge with you into places people forget to use their spiritual essence in, which is all the time. You know, not religious, but it's like if people are going to church on Sunday just because they feel like they need to go to church on Sunday versus listening to the sermon, understanding what he was preaching, taking the keynotes from it and applying it to the week, coming back, you know, like really using those downloads within your career. Saw you live with Dolo, not heard of you, loving this live, have how you interact, confident, high awareness. Thank you, 10. Completion. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Dolo. Honestly, I'm gonna, if you guys don't know who Dolo is, I'm gonna leave a link to his channel when this live is over. But yes, collaborating, Leo, collaborating with different forces that know how to speak and know how to intellectually stimulate you. You want to have those spiritual conversations, and people want to hear in spaces that, you know, you shut yourself off to from being yourself in that type of way. No, like show yourself in all aspects. Show your spiritual essence in every space. And because you are Leo, it's going to be fun. And people are going to be like, this is so much fun. And that's how, like, hobbies, the 5th house, hobbies normally do make money because it's the approach. When you think of it as a hobby, it becomes a kind of a side hustle because the value has increased. Now people want to pay you for what you approach, what you do as fun. All right, Virgo sun, moon, and rising. Shout out to the flight boss, 100%. He says he's gonna be in South Florida. I'm in South Florida, so probably link with him, talking to him about maybe doing some meetups, get some soul fam together. Virgo. And first card out the deck is the Virgo card. So Virgos might feel themselves retracting. And Scorpio energy is kind of similar in that way, where they like to look at their shadow by themselves, alone, in the corner of their comfort zone. Yes. And you should seek solitude, Virgo, this season. Spiritual roadblock causing you to go back in and understand why you feel like you need to make this big decision. Because this decision can really change your life. It could really change your life. It could really put your life on a different platform. Because, look at all this Wands energy. You need to understand. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll get better at this as I keep doing these lives. You need to understand that what you have been doing has expired. This could be a marriage. This could be a union. But you can't really understand what it's teaching you if you're constantly sharing it with others, or you're constantly seeking refuge with other people who have kind of dealt with the same issue. Like, oh my God, like, have you dealt with this with your husband? Or have you dealt with this with your job? Like, what did you do? And that's fine. Like seeking advice is good, but you're trying to like mimic those realities to feel like it's going to have the same outcome, and it's not. So don't do that. You have to understand by going in, writing it down, and hearing yourself out, and it might take the whole season. Because you're literally releasing tension from your body. You're releasing habits. Like, damn, I'm doing this by habit, and it's habitual. And when something becomes habitual, it takes time to unlearn. Now you're tapping into the subconscious. So being very careful what you listen to, what you're watching this season, movies, music, because you're very sensitive this season. Because you already see everything, so you're feeling everything now this season, and you're feeling the energies built up in your body. And it's also kind of bringing up a lot of, am I good enough? Am I working hard enough? And actually, you need to just stop working or approaching it like work, especially if it's something that you're trying to prove yourself to be. And you're trying to, maybe you're at the bottom of the totem pole, but if this is part of your life path, if you keep constantly viewing it as work, it will forever be work. And you will always feel like you're working, and it won't be a passion. So what's important is returning to self, and returning to reason, and returning to the why. Allowing others to return back to you as well. This can also be something that wasn't working out, and because you stepped back and grounded, when it comes back, you're able to receive it better versus trying to distract yourself with work or going out. Okay. Virgo. Yes. And we have Libra. And I think we did every sign. This is Libra. And then we'll pull a collective card. If you guys want to book a private reading with me, I will leave the link in my bio. I am running a 22% off sale off of all Scorpio placements. Okay. So Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Attraction magnet. Money magnet. Learning new ways of making money. Learning that if you attract $5, you attract the $5. It's like that new meme. It's like running through the six with my woes. No, it's a reel. It's not a meme. And it's like running through the six with my woes. You're like, wait, that's you all season. Attracting the right opportunity, knowing that it takes time, and it takes fostering a relationship. Fostering is holding space, watering a relationship to understand what you like. Being able to be the moderator and to be a giver in your relationships. giving other people the space to speak. People probably going to want to talk to you about their problems or their ideas. And instead of talking and inserting, just listen, because there's a message in every conversation for you this season. 100%. And it comes to these new interests that you have with making money. I want to do these new things. I want to start this business. I want to apply for this new job. I want to switch jobs. I want to learn about crypto. I want to learn about what it takes to flip money. And you will attract people that can put you onto those things. So you're definitely going to be put on this season, Libra. And it's going to feel fun. And it's going to teach you, that was reverse, how to be the Queen of Wands, how to take action with femininity. And what that means is not having to do too much. Taking action from a masculine point of view is being assertive and asserting your energy. You would just be doing. Next thing you know it, someone's putting you onto this idea or how to do it, or you're asking questions. Hey, this is cool. I want to learn more about how to make money in this way. How can you put me on? And the next thing you know, you're just doing. So you can't really look towards other people and leaders during this season. You just got to be. You got to just be the leader and fake the funk as you're learning. Yes. All signs. Tarot reading. That was the whole zodiac. If you guys are just coming in, just tap back into it. Later, we're going to pick a wisdom oracle card for the collective. And then we're going to enjoy the rest of our Saturday and our weekend. Because this is the season of being a magnet. This is the season of learning what it means to receive other people's energy and what you're going to do with it. If it's low frequency energy, are you going to cut the tie? If it's high vibrational energy, are you going to flip it? Observer. Observer. And there's no better observer than Scorpio. 49, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. Observer. Observing from your home, observing your family, observing what not to do, what you don't want to repeat, observing, really taking stock. Appreciate you guys. Bye.